Not all chains rattle. Some you can't even see. Yet they decide where you go, what you do, and even who you think you are. We've all felt it. The invisible weight of expectations, the silent grip of guilt, the fear of disappointing someone. Sometimes the very people we love most. You smile, you play along, but deep down, a quiet voice whispers, "I am not free." Today, we step into the hidden prisons of the mind, and through the timeless lens of Stoic wisdom, we will uncover the keys to freedom, one link at a time. Let's begin. Not all prisons have walls. Some live inside your chest and follow you everywhere you go. Maybe it's the voice of a parent, still shaping your choices long after you've grown. Maybe it's the approval of a partner, the one you feel you need to feel whole. Or maybe it's that quiet, cruel whisper, "You're not enough." We tell ourselves we are free, yet we obey these invisible masters every single day. They take many forms: emotional chains, guilt that poisons joy, fear of rejection that keeps you silent, old wounds that never healed but still dictate how you live. Social chains, the endless chase for approval, the life spent living to impress others, the heavy weight of what will they think of me. Mental chains, the self-imposed walls of limiting beliefs, the relentless inner critic that says you can't, you shouldn't, you'll fail. These chains are subtle. You won't hear them clink, you won't see them in the mirror, but you feel them. In the decisions you avoid, the dreams you never chase, the quiet moments when you wonder, whose life am I really living? The Stoics understood this truth. You can't break a chain you refuse to see. Awareness is the first act of rebellion, and once you see the chain, you are no longer fully its prisoner. No chain is forged in a day. Every invisible shackle in your life began as a single, fragile thread. A moment, a word, a belief. Maybe it started in childhood. A parent's warning meant to protect you. Don't take risks, you'll get hurt. Or a teacher's careless remark, "You're not as smart as the others." Or the day a friend you trusted laughed at a dream you dared to share. You didn't feel the chain then. It was just a seed. But seeds grow in silence, and before you know it, that single moment wraps around your life, shaping your choices, dimming your courage, and telling you who you can or cannot be. The truth is, many of these chains were born from love or fear, not malice. A parent wanted to keep you safe. A friend spoke without thinking. But what begins as protection can quietly become a prison. And one day, you wake up and realize the voice holding you back isn't even yours. The Stoics would have us pause here to ask a question that cuts like a blade. Are these chains still serving me? Or have I been living in a cage I built with someone else's hands? The chains we carry are real, but they are not unbreakable. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." The world will always have its chain makers. People will judge, expectations will press down, the past will whisper in your ear. But the Stoics remind us of a single, life-changing truth. You cannot control them. You can only control you. Freedom begins the moment you take back that power. And the Stoic path gives us 3 keys. 1. Awareness. You cannot break a chain you refuse to see. Name it. Is it guilt? Fear of rejection? a voice from the past that still lives in your head. When you see the chain clearly, it begins to loosen. Second, reframing. Every event, every word, every judgment is just information until we give it meaning. Through the Stoic lens, pain becomes a teacher. Criticism becomes feedback, and the past loses its sting. Reason cuts the chain where emotion once kept it tight. 3. Detachment. The last link snaps when you no longer need anyone's permission to be yourself. When their approval or their disapproval loses its power over you. The Stoics teach that the mind can become an unbreakable fortress. But you must step inside and lock the door yourself. Because the world will always try to bind you. True freedom is when no chain can reach your mind. Imagine walking without the weight you've carried for years, breathing without the heaviness of someone else's voice in your head, living a life that is finally your own. Not the life written by a parent's fear, not the life trapped in the shadow of someone's approval, not the life defined by old scars or silent guilt. The moment you drop those invisible chains, the world changes. Colors seem brighter. Choices feel lighter. You stop living for the expectations of others and start living for the truth of who you are. This is the quiet power the Stoics promised. The freedom to walk through life untouched by the noise of the world. A mind unshaken, a soul unbound. And tonight, I invite you to pause and ask yourself, which chains am I ready to break? Because the first step to freedom is daring to believe that you deserve it. But what if the chain feels safer than freedom? What if letting go means losing someone or stepping into the unknown? Sometimes the prison is familiar and freedom feels like a risk. This is where most people stop, where they stay. Not because they are weak, but because the old pain is familiar, and the familiar feels safe even when it hurts. We hold on to old fears, to familiar pain, to the approval we've always chased, because even our suffering can feel like home. Maybe you've thought, if I break free, they'll leave me. If I speak my truth, I'll be rejected. If I change, who will I be? This is the quiet battle inside every human heart. Freedom versus familiarity. Growth versus comfort. Life versus the half-life we already know. The Stoics never said this would be easy. They knew the mind clings to its chains out of fear. But they also knew this. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the choice to step forward, even trembling. And in that step, in that single act of daring, a new life begins to unfold. Freedom is not a single moment. It's a path, a series of steps, each one taken by someone who dares to live their own life. The invisible chains don't break all at once. They loosen with each act of courage, with each decision to choose yourself over fear, with every step toward the life that is truly yours. If this message spoke to you, know this: you are not alone. There are countless others walking this same path, quietly breaking free from the chains that have held them for years. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment. Tell us the chain you're ready to break. And if you want to keep walking this journey of inner freedom, like, subscribe, and join us here. Together, we can step out of the prison of the mind and into the life we were meant to live. Thank you for watching.